And at 5:27 on this Monday, that breaking news is coming from the traffic department, unfortunately, following a deadly crash on 620. Let's head in that direction right now on my map so you can see where I'm talking about. This crash, 620 near Boulder Lane, where it hits on the north side, opposite of Buckner Road. So just a heads up, that's where we're talking about. Right now, 620 is completely shut down in both directions because of the investigation into that deadly crash. We're waiting to get more information. We know Austin Police and the Travis County Sheriff's Department has responded, so we'll be getting more information from them. We also have a news crew on the way to provide live updates for us as well. We do not have a camera out there along 620, but we're watching it for you. It's early, so the impact on traffic is fairly minimal, but please use caution if you're not used to driving through the neighborhoods in that area as you follow that reroute. What we're also waiting to get information on is how long 620 will be closed and if they'll be able to open a lane as we get closer to rush hour, maybe one in each direction, or what the situation will be like as we get closer to rush hour and how 620 will flow. So we'll watch that closely for you and continue to give you updates here this morning. We'll have another check of your traffic in just a bit.
Thank you, Tommy. As the use of AI grows, so does the need for data centers. They're the driving force behind AI, but where should they go, and would you want them in your community? That's the question that people in and around San Marcos are grappling with. Sam Stark has the story.
I think we should know every detail about this project before it ever goes forward, and the community should know every detail about it.
A few dozen people filled a conference room Sunday afternoon to better understand the potential impacts that several recently proposed data centers will have on their community. The meeting was hosted by the Data Center Action Coalition, which is concerned about the facilities.
The group formed in response to the number of data centers that are proposed in the San Marcos area.
The group is aware of 4 that are being proposed around the same area, east of Interstate 35, near where Hayes, Caldwell, and Guadalupe counties meet. People are worried about air and light pollution, but most of all, they're worried about how the facilities will impact the region's water supply.
Data centers require a ton of water. They require constant cooling, so you can't just cut back the water usage from these facilities. The amount of water that they say they're going to use, they're going to be using consistently.
One person in the audience on Sunday was San Marcos Mayor Jane Houston. She and the city council will be considering on Tuesday whether to give one company the green light to build one within San Marcos. She said she came to learn more about the facilities and was glad the community was thinking about water.
We need to be concerned about water and future water in Texas, so we'll see how water affects this particular data center and what the requirements are going to be.
Some experts say data centers can be a boon for the economy.
I've worked in or for data centers since 1996.
Craig Jansen recently moved to San Marcos with his wife. While he's not sure data centers are right for the city, he says they're important.
We need them to keep up. Technologically, we depend on them heavily for high-paying jobs. There's a lot of jobs that will come out of even potentially these data centers.
In San Marcos, Sam Stark, KXAN News.
And we've reported on data centers in the past. A large data center can use more than 500,000 gallons of water a day. That's the equivalent of more than 4,000 people's water use in a day. And
also right now at 6:34, it is week 2 for Pflugerville ISD as they head back to school. Students starting the new school year with a huge goal. This was set by the superintendent.
Yeah, he said this is something that the schools in Texas have not done before. I had a chance to sit down with Superintendent Quentin Shepard for more.
As the superintendent, what are you looking forward to when it comes to this school year?
One of the things that we're very excited about this year is we're launching a brand new initiative that we're calling the 3 E's. And what this is it's a big, bold promise. And it's centered on this notion that every parent in any school district anywhere and every student, they have this moment that's exactly the same for all of them. And it comes on the day after graduation, when they ask themselves, now what am I going to do? What we're planning is a big, bold promise, one that I don't think any school district has made in the state of Texas. And by 2029, our expectation is that 100% of our graduates will graduate with not just a diploma, but one of 3 E's. The 3 E's are employment, enlistment, or enrollment.
As a school district, do you try to partner up with these businesses to go ahead and achieve those goals you were talking about?
We do have some conversations with Samsung and Tesla, and we're hoping that those conversations continue to grow. You know, the way that we look at it when we talk to any company is we hold about 26,000 of your future workforce if you want them. Let us help you.
What do your teachers think about this when you tell them something like that?
This just notion of 3 E's is really a symbol. right? And we can get behind that symbol. And so there's no doubt in my mind, teachers will adhere to it, parents will begin to adhere to it, because it applies to every classroom. I think the natural tendency is people will think this is a high school initiative. It's not. This starts in pre-kindergarten.
An Austin musician spent this weekend playing at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Playing at the historic venue is a milestone achievement for many musicians, and Austin singer and songwriter Monty Warden has played there 14 times now. He says it's always a blessing when he gets the call to perform there.
You just hope people know what you're doing and like it. And then every now and then you get a blessing of an invitation like that to come up and play the Grand Ole Opry. Just to have gone from a tip jar at Guero's to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry is just a testament to our fans and just how blessed we are. It was, the last night, I'm 58 years old. I've been doing this since I was 14 years old. You know that, Bill. And last night was an incredible miracle and a dream come true.
His band, The Dangerous Few, joined him for this trip, and he even brought up his wife, Brandy, and their son, Brooks, to join in on the fun.
Oh, it's such an honor to be able to do that, and especially on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. And me being such a big Tennessee Ernie Ford fan, knowing that he really got his start where I got to stand was such an honor. All the great names that stood there, including Monty Warden. And it was so great. And then to do that with both my parents, it was such an honor.
And Warden has written hits for George Strait, Travis Tritt, and Josh Turner, to name a few. If you're interested in seeing him live here in Austin, his next show is August the 21st at 7:30. That's at Parker Jazz Club downtown. He plays there with his band every third Thursday. You can also catch him at the Broken Spoke the last Friday of every month. For more on tickets and how to see him, you just go over to KXAN.com and click on this story.
And 2 weeks away from the start of the season between Texas and Ohio State. And listen, they've had a couple of weeks now to get 2 scrimmages under their belts to analyze where they are as far as progression goes this offseason. And to no secret and to no surprise, the defense is ahead of the offense. But no worries, because that's typically how things go in the offseason, especially if you're the Longhorns, a team that was ranked 3rd in total defense at the end of last season through 16 games. And then you return guys like you've seen right there, Colin Simmons, Anthony Hill, Michael Taft, and Manny Muhammad. And it really forces head coach Steve Sarkisian to be tougher on the offense, which is not a bad idea considering we're only about 13 days away from game 1.
You get what you emphasize as a coach. And so, I was kicking myself last Saturday because I probably wasn't hard enough on some of the pre-snap things in practice, and then it reared its ugly head in the scrimmage. And so, hey, I made it a real point this week, and they were probably like, Coach Sark's being a jerk. Well, I'm being a jerk for the best interest of them.